Pat Fallon. Y'all can miss me with your fake, holier-than-thou, virtue-signaling Christianity. You can miss me with your fake investigations. You can miss me with your fake trials. And you can miss us at the polls, too, buddy. Yeah, as you're about to say, it was senseless. Yes, all y'all's conduct was senseless. And we'll get you for it at the polls, too, sir. Yes, we will. But wait, before we get there, let me ask you something. Did you rip off this black man, as he alleges right here? Because he's got receipts. So when we come for you, you better have some receipts too. Let's check it out. Kind of similar to the accusations that Jeff Metcalf had to settle in his real estate practice that he ripped some people off. Fascinating, isn't it?
I don't know. Well, it was senseless, Bill. It was something that it was just Austin Metcalf was a great young man.
Austin and Hunter were physically upset even at the game.
Austin and Hunter were physically upset?
Show no traces of the evil that lurks within.
Like, they got in trouble from the coaches because, like, Austin threw his helmet. Hunter was the one that who's kind of more of like
my exact quote was the walking with intent, as if it was almost predator versus prey.
There was never a punch even thrown.
Carmelo's body is still sitting down. Do y'all see him in the middle? They're punching him in the middle. Right? I'm going back and forth so y'all can see this. Yes, it happened quick, but this is what happened. This is one of the goons, Austin's goons, and this is Austin and Hunter. Karmelo is in the middle. Top of the tent. This guy is still there. This boy was assaulting Karmelo from one side, and Austin and Hunter was assaulting Karmelo from the other side. Yeah.
When he was alive, I didn't necessarily like Austin. that guy was he was a little shit starter. He wasn't a bully, but he was in fights.
So stop right there. He's in fights. He's a shit starter. He's 6'1", 225, according to Megan, but he's not a bully. Okay? Right. Maths ain't mathin'. Throwers. Okay. And then the coach said, you guys keep leaving early, so just know you guys are probably not going to the district meet. You dudes never stay and celebrate your teammates, and you guys don't win. Right? Sounds like you guys are ass, right? So, right? 1-9 record. Okay. And this is March 22nd. So what value are you guys bringing to the team besides coming out and celebrating yourselves? Tell them it's for me. Yeah, coach, I'll send it and take their shit up Monday.
Sent the email, and Coach Jackson, who was our head football coach, actually told them, if you have a problem, you need to go to the police, because it was off campus. And there was nothing he's going to do because it was off campus.
Talk about a piece of crap coach. Talk about a piece of crap coach. When your players are acting a certain way off the field, coaches address that too. See, that's how you know that no matter what situation or circumstance these kids were in, they were going to have their back. These kids literally verbally abused a young girl.
It's clear what you did there. All y'all got together in a RICO-type fashion, in my estimation, to scapegoat and railroad Karmelo Anthony and his family in order to protect these two white bullies and their largely white friends. Now, the only question is whether or not your MAGA fan base is going to be enough to carry you through this election and not wind up with a congressional investigation of your own. Now then, sir, back to you. Having thoroughly debunked your false narrative there regarding the integrity of these young men, we understand that your communications are largely exempt from public disclosure. But since your sons were present at the track meet that day, and since your sons are also close friends of the Metcalf family, I know you're tight with the Metcalf family, but I'm wondering, is that your son? I think you're all racist, to tell you the truth, but is that your son posting that comment there to a white power site there? Anyway, and since you have gone so far as to take the liberty to call Karmelo Anthony a scumbag, it is now incumbent of you, pardon the pun, to restore some integrity to this situation. Now let's get one thing straight. I am not going to entertain any of you or your Metcalfian race-baiting projections. I am a black man who is keynoted at Tea Party events and related events involving open government and lots of white people, including some of my MAGA friends like Cliffy Pisano. You watch that for yourself right here.
Anybody who runs from the cameras is part of the problem, not part of the solution. And they're corrupt.
So that's how it's done in practice. And you can't be a wallflower with these people, all right? They're going to come at you, and you have to stand your ground, and you say no.
You've got Judge Roach with a 2018 admonition. You've got John Roach Sr. as a defendant in the malicious prosecution of Suzanne Wooten that ended up with a $600,000 settlement, if I recall correctly. Just stop. Now, my law license is active. Jeff's real estate license is not. And Jeff settled a civil fraud case for abusing lesser knowledgeable people. We don't know why his license is now inactive for no apparent reason, but the fact that Metcalfians have publicly attacked Drew Anthony for not working when his son was the one actually on trial is completely bizarre, projectionist, gaslighting, and yet ultimately insane. I can tell you as a former closing attorney, racially steep remarks can and will result in suspension of a real estate license, though, and the public record is replete with information that he is willfully engaged in this type of conduct. Listen up. Now, furthermore, you can clearly see that Karmelo Anthony was being assaulted on both sides. So then, given that, in no particular order, here are some of the concerns that we the people have. 1. Were either of your sons present underneath that canopy during the time that Karmelo was present? 2. If not, what were your sons' exact whereabouts at that time? 3. Did one of your sons repost this meme with Karmelo Anthony referencing chimpanzees? 4. Given that you call Karmelo Anthony a scumbag, do you condone that post? 5. Other than his actions as alleged on April 2nd, 2025, that I've just debunked via video, what evidence do you have that led you to call Karmelo Anthony a scumbag with your little MAGA dog whistle rhetoric? Rhetoric was a minor course of study for me, by the way, so I'm picking up what you're putting down there, sir. See, because if you have the chutzpah to say that Karmelo Anthony's a scumbag, then you'll certainly have the evidence to back it up. Then you can include that with your response there, Mr. Congressman. Because by what I know, he doesn't have any negative text messages from his coaches. He was the captain of 2 teams, solid GPA, and saved a life before. And nobody is known to say they didn't like him for being a shit starter and always in fights, unlike Austin Metcalf, the decedent. 6. Given your family's close association with Jeff Metcalf and your pledges to do whatever it takes, please produce any and all communications you have made or received involving Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf, and Hunter Metcalf. This shall include any and all communications you have with any media or influencers. Now, as a side note, the Metcalfians coming after me about my license and fraud is almost funny. You got Greg Willis and Bill Worski over here on a $1.75 million harassment settlement. You got your buddy Jeff Metcalf, who appears to be a person charged with SA and also settled a civil fraud case in his real estate practice.
I can see Jeff Metcalf, the father, just
All
shaking
y'all
his head.
Metcalfians walk
Shaking his head
around
like,
here with this holier than thou attitude. I'll tell you what, eventually you're not going to get away with everything you think you can get away with. You gambled on it. You thought Karmelo would never get a strong team on appeal, and you're just going to wind up exactly like Suzanne Wooten. Yeah, you will. Wait for it. Now then, thank you in advance for your diligence on this matter. We the people look forward to a timely response.